Like a lot of people today, I am stuck at home. It is a snow day. I'm looking at the window at some beautiful white, fluffy stuff falling out of the sky. And so I thought, as kind of a reflection today, I might talk a little bit about the way in which my spiritual practices revolve around my home space. In particular, I want to talk about our altar. You know, a lot of people set up spaces in their house that helps draw them into the prayer life, into meditation, into whatever practice it is they do. And so I wanted to share a bit about ours because there are several features of it that I think really help make it a place that we want to go to, but also a place that when we go there, we feel pretty grounded. The first thing I want to say about an altar is maybe the most obvious one, which is, you can pray or meditate anywhere in your house. But having a place that you've set aside really helps remind you of the importance of spending time reflecting in prayer. So the number one thing about having an altar is just to have an altar. It can just be a chair set in the corner. It could be, that place in the den where you only sit when you're going there to pray. The second thing is we have an altar that is decorated with a whole bunch of different items. And these items, we're pastors, and so we have all these crosses on the wall because every time we go somewhere, we see a cross and we think that would look great on that wall. But the other thing, and this is the second thing I want to say is really important about having an altar, is that our altar has all of these artifacts and items that are important to us. They're just ordinary things, but they've been given to us by folks in our lives who were mentors, or we've gotten them from places that hold a spiritual significance for us. So for instance, whenever we come to meditate, we sit on this bench. And this looks like just a pretty plain wooden bench, but it actually is a bench that I bought while I was in Taizé, France in 2008. Taizé is a famous worshiping community, and I have written about and spoken about how my time there was really important to my own relationship with the Spirit and my call to ministry. I kind of count it as one of those times that I figured out that God was calling me to something in my life. There's also on our altar, there's a cross that my grandfather gave me. He was a person when I was growing up who really stressed the importance of faith. We have items that friends have given us, emblems from their trips and gifts they've given us as we've wrapped up ministries. We have letters written to us from friends in former lives. We have books and Bibles from family members who we've lost. All sorts of things that are just simply meant to draw us to the depth of the Spirit that we've experienced in our lives. And then finally, I want to say something. The third thing I want to say about having an altar that is really nice is sometimes we get this idea that prayer is something that happens in our heads. It's an intellectual thing, right? Like we think about something, we say something, we speak something. And one of the things that we miss is that spirituality is not just about what's going on in our minds, but is actually about our bodies, our senses. And so for us, in ours, we have the kneeling bench. And so in order to approach our altar, we actually have to not quite get down on our knees, but pretty close to it. And we also have things like we always light a candle when we're in here. And the candle, we always try to make sure it's scented so that there's a smell related to it. And this reminds us that spirituality is bodily, that it's about our embodied existence. But it also kind of, sets the space apart, makes it smell different, makes it feel different. This isn't just sitting on the couch and pulling out our phone and using the meditation app wherever we find ourselves. I mean, that can be good, but when you approach an altar, you're trying to create a space and a sensation that what you are doing is not normal life. And so anyways, I wanted to share this with you because I'm home today, like I'm sure a whole bunch of y'all are home today. And I wanted to just introduce these ideas. I would be curious, and you can share this in the comments if you want. Do you have an altar space at home? What is it like? What items do you have there? And if you're really brave, would you be up for posting a picture of it? because I know I'd like to see what it is that everybody uses in their own homes to draw them into prayer with God. And so I hope that this has been a helpful reflection on what it is to have an altar space in your home, what it is to have a space set apart for prayer and spiritual practices. So I hope you all stay warm these next couple days, and I'll see you on Sunday.